13-year-old Keimani is missing, and she has been missing for a few days now. There's a lot of stuff going on. Some stuff just came out about the grandmother that is very, very suspicious, but here's the narrative. Grandmother finds home in disarray, door locked, gas on, granddaughter missing. Toledo, Ohio family is asking for help finding a 13-year-old who has been missing for more than 3 days. Her name is Keimani Latigue. The grandmother said the little girl had never run away before. She described her granddaughter as a latchkey kid. Keimani never showed up for school, and her cell phone has been going straight to voicemail. I just want her to come home safely. She's not in trouble. She hasn't been in trouble, her grandmother, Dorothy Latigue, said. The teen has not been seen since Sunday night after 10 p.m. Her grandmother said she came home from work and the door was unlocked. It was Monday morning when I came home and she wasn't here. Of course, she was supposed to have been on her way to school, but according to the way that the house was set up once I got here, because it was in complete disarray, she wasn't here. So I called the school so I could talk to her, and they said that she wasn't there, Dorothy Latigue said. Dorothy Latigue said her granddaughter's keys and glasses were at the house. She said the 13-year-old can't see without her glasses. She also said the stove was on and she could smell gas. Other than that, it's just two dogs in the house. So who cut it on? So that was kind of suspicious. Her glasses and her underclothes were by the couch in the front. Her pajamas were on the dining room floor, Dorothy Latigue said. The family handed out flyers telling people if they saw her, they should call the police. The teen's grandmother said she is not the type of kid to run away. She always calls me and asks me prior to going anywhere, Dorothy Latigue said. She's a latchkey kid, so she has her own keys for home. She has a phone just in case something happens, so she can contact somebody. She's very responsible, Dorothy said. Keimani Latigue's father said he saw her daughter late Sunday night after she called him and said that she was afraid to be home alone. I came over here because she said that it seemed like somebody was trying to break into the house. Me and my cousin sat over here for an hour and we left around 12:30-ish. That's Keimani's father saying that. Toledo police are investigating. They said she is 5'6" and 120 pounds with black hair and brown eyes. Call 911 if you have information. Let's get into it. Now, I know that sounds nuts, okay? Because that sounds absolutely insane to me. And I really do hope that this girl is safe and that she shows up. But this right here was very, very triggering to see. The grandmother, first of all, y'all already know I went and did some research on the grandmother. But before we even talk about that, let me just reveal to you guys these messages that the grandmother put out on social media. So again, trigger warning, if you're a grandmother like I am, this is really going to get under your skin. Okay, it's really going to get under your skin. Let me go ahead and play the news story first, and then I will let you guys see these text messages because it's absolutely insane. Okay. Absolutely insane.
Toledo family is searching for a
Hold on, I'm not sure. Yeah. Okay. That did share right.
13-year-old girl who hasn't been seen since early Tuesday. Family members say this isn't like her to run away and are asking for help to bring her home. Keimani Latigue was last seen around 12:30 a.m. near Elm Street in North Toledo. But when she didn't show up for school, her family knew something was wrong. She's 5'6", 120 pounds with black hair and brown eyes. Her family says she left behind her glasses and house keys, things she never leaves without.
Off for work at 9 o'clock. I made it home like 9:40 that morning. She wasn't here. There were things in the floor that should not have been. That's what caused the alarm. So I called the school to speak with her. I asked them, could I speak with her? And then they did. They contacted the principal, her teacher, and the gym teacher, and all three of those guys said that she was not there.
Family and police have been searching for her. If you have any information, you should call or text Toledo Police. You can contact them at the number on your screen.
All right, so let's just get into this situation, right? Let's get these text messages going. This really, really caught my attention. And I don't know how this grandmother is going to get out of it. I really don't. Okay. Let me pull this up. Now, we all got phones. We've all forwarded stuff. Actually, let me go ahead and make this the big picture, right? All right. So this is a cousin of Keimani, and she shared this with everyone, right? And obviously from the caption, you can see she's not playing and she's upset, right? She says, make this all make sense. This bitch texting herself, bro, this bitch knows something. And I've been saying this since day one. Mind y'all, that's her number at the top of the text thread. I sent these to the detectives. This bitch trying to hide something. I don't know what, but we got to find Keimani ASAP, right? So here we go. It says these are supposed to be text messages that the grandmother received, but those of us that know what it looks like to look at a text thread, which all of us have cell phones, you know that when someone is texting you, it is not in complete alignment, and it's an iPhone at that. Okay, let's do this. No, I don't think it's an iPhone, but check it out. Okay. So this is a text thread. I'm here. This is about business. If you respect my amount, I will return it to you right now. What? That's right. That's right. Here I'm asking for the amount of $4,000. That's the business you can have with me. So tell me if you are interested in reaching an agreement with me, or I will take her to the border. Send me a picture of her unharmed. You have my amount, so we can fix it. You have my amount, so we can fix it again. How do we know you have her? Send us a picture of her unharmed, and we can discuss the $4,000. Okay, now y'all see it's in all one line, right? So the next message, Keimani is fine, okay? Give me your location. I need to talk to her, please. Who's in charge of this situation to agree and meet in a public place to give it to him? I am. Meet where? Look here. What happened is that my people picked it up. What I'm looking for is to return it to you. As long as you don't involve the police in this, okay. Can you meet me at McDonald's on Cherry Street? How long does it take to get there? You have my word. If you can meet me at the McDonald's Cherry, then I won't contact the police. I'm just passing through. I'm headed there now. You have my amount, so we can fix it. How do we know you have her? Send us a picture of her unharmed, and we can discuss the $4,000, right? And so then, you know, I guess this is it's the 320 number or whatever. And so they're saying, I guess that's the phone number that they were supposed to be contacting from, right? So these are the messages. Now you see that it's all in one line. Hey, Lovejoy. It's all in one line. So how is it that your granddaughter is missing? Yes, Kay, she thought that she can fool someone with this. Your granddaughter's missing. First of all, the father and the cousin sound suspect as hell to me as well, okay? Because the story with them is the young girl calls them the night before she comes up missing, saying that she's afraid to be home alone. She calls them at midnight because she hears someone trying to break in. The dad say that him and the cousin go over there and wait for an hour and they don't see any activity, so they leave, right? And the fact that the grandmother keeps referring to her granddaughter as a latchkey kid, who uses that type of language in such a very impersonal way for a very personal situation? That's very suspect. I am so glad that the cousin, I think her name is Katrina, but she's going by Big Cat Moore, actually sent this to the detectives. Yes, this sounds crazy to me. And even thinking about, I started, as soon as I saw this, my spider antenna went up, and I'm like, look, let me go and see what type of chick this is. I go and find her very inconspicuous social media page, because y'all know I can find whatever it is that I'm looking for. And she's that kind of grandmother. Let me explain. Let me explain. Okay. All right. So here's what I found on the grandmother. This is her Facebook page. Of course, it's not in her name, right? She's referring to herself as a knuckle legend. This woman is 50 years old, right? So these are the videos on her page. What's mom ain't never gonna stop. Bitch, mom ain't never gonna stop. So that's the music. Let me mute the music so that I can talk. Let me see. How do I mute this out? Because I don't even see the option to mute it. Let me see.
I'm crazy.
I didn't mean What's mom ain't never gonna. Oh, here it is. Okay, so she's that grandmother, right? Just so you can see. You see the music. Whose grandmother is doing this? Whose grandmother is doing this? Whose grandmother is playing that kind of music, showing herself smoking a blunt? But there's another one because she's locked down her social media because she know we coming. She know we coming, right? So she's basically showing, you know, and it's okay, you know, to have guests over and all this kind of stuff, but it's giving trap house. It's giving trap house, right? What is she saying? Let's see. Who's grandma doing this? Who's grandma doing this? But anyway, that's the type of time grandma is on. When I looked up her information, when I looked up Granny's information, what I found out, she didn't have an extensive criminal record, but she has gone down for forgery. She's done that. And I think there was another petty crime or whatever. But like, yeah, what is going on? Faith, I believe that too. I believe that too. So I just want to look, I'm going to stay on top of this because this is insane. This is insane. But I'm sure now that the detectives have that situation where they have the text messages, I'm sure something's going to come about. I'm sure. Okay. Kay is my name says, Lord knows who she had around her granddaughter. Look, look, some people are saying they believe that they've got her in a basement or whatever. I'm sure that they would have found her by now if that were the case. But y'all, the dad is in on it too, perhaps, right? Because why would the dad be taught? First of all, why would you leave? Why wouldn't you take your daughter with you? Your daughter, your 13-year-old daughter, who's at home alone at midnight, tells you she hears something. Right? She tells you she hears something. So you do the right thing and you go over there to see what's going on. You and a cousin, right? But nothing happened, those no activities. So you leave. You don't take your baby with you, or you don't stay with her. And then when the grandmother finally reports her missing a day or so later, the grandmother is talking about, oh yeah, her underwear are at the door and all of this and all this kind of stuff. So they're setting a stage, but then you're going to send text messages to yourself and you're so freaking dumb that you don't even have sense enough to send it from a different device. Are we serious? Exactly. Any real dad would have bust down the door. This is incredible. I cannot believe a grandmother. What is going on, y'all? I'm just, I was looking up this one case where this lady has had her stepson hostage for like 20 something years. What is going on with these women? What is happening? So anyway, you guys see her picture. I shared the missing persons information on the community wall. Share if you can. I hope that this baby is found and that she's found okay. And I hope that they get to the bottom of this and get whoever is involved with this thing. But this is insane. This is absolutely insane. Exactly. The world is more wicked by the day. But I'm going to be digging. As you guys know, I will. And we're going to see what's going on. Okay. So I will see you guys in a few minutes. I have a live stream scheduled on the other channel. But in the meantime, I just wanted to get this out and let you guys know what was going on. Those messages are crazy. Let me show them again, just one more time. Because how are you trying to convince us? How are you trying to convince us that that is a message that is going back and forth with you and somebody else? This woman knows something. This woman did something, and this woman is disgusting. And if she didn't do something, it's even worse. Okay, because some people are saying, well, maybe she just, she's trying to pull a scam, but she didn't have nothing to do with it. If that's the case, she's just as guilty. Absolutely disgusting. So anyway, I will be back a little bit later. If you haven't subbed already, go ahead and hit the sub button. We're going to get back on this case. That baby is 13 years old, and she's been missing for a few days. She does look like the granny. She looks exactly like her. She does. She just looks like a light-skinned version of her. She looks just like that baby. Okay. Absolutely. Just insane. Okay. Kako's mommy says, how dumb can she be dumb and disgusting? You can see this is a one. Exactly. Like, what the hell? Or is she trying to say they broke into her cloud of sorts, and they're answering and texting as her or texting with her? I don't even understand what she's trying to say or convey. She clearly did not think this through. Clearly didn't think this through. $4,000. I would be looking into her financials and seeing what's going on. All kind of stuff. By the way, if you're in Toledo, she owns a mobile food cart. I don't know if she's still operating it, but she opened it in 2022. A mobile food cart. Dorothy Jean's mobile food truck is the name of it. So you guys check that out when you get a chance. If you're in Toledo, if you see this heifer, ask her some questions. Anyway, I'm going to go get nosy on this and see what I can find up until it's time for us to do our other stream. And I'm going to call y'all in about 20 minutes. I will see you guys later. Prayers out to this girl and her family, the ones that are actually missing her. Peace.